Hey, it's Jason Creel. I want to go over briefly a very basic 3-year business plan. Not really a plan, but just sort of my goals and where I'm planning to be in 3 years. You know, this being the first year of my business in this new city I live in, and currently, basically my goal this year would be to reach 100 customers, and I'm at about 90 now, and have, you know, I think 100 is probably about where I'll end up. I mean, I'm in the middle of summer, and you know, you're not going to gain that many customers, and that was really probably a little better than I expected to be at this time. But if I can end year one with 100 customers, again, primarily weed control, fertilization, some mowing, and then I think, well, year one is the hardest. I wasn't 100% prepared to start my business because I was trying to move to a new city, get moved into a house, and there was a lot of stuff going on that I couldn't devote as much time to my business as I would have liked to. But my goal for year two is to take that customer base from 100 customers to 300. So if I can add 200 customers next year, which I think is very doable, and I plan to ramp up my marketing efforts, particularly in the spring, to try to make that happen, and hopefully sooner in the year than later. I mean, hopefully I can be to 300 by midsummer, you know, maybe 200 by March or April, you know. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but I really want to ramp up marketing, because at 300 customers in fertilization, weed control, you know, I'm getting pretty close to what is a full-time route and can keep me busy. And so, and then my goal for year three would be to hopefully hire someone, you know, to reach enough customers, whether that be 500-600 customers, to where I can bring someone on, and depending on finances or the need, maybe I'll bring someone on part-time that can ride in the truck with me and somewhat be trained and you know, make sure that they're a good fit for the company before turning them loose on their own. So, you know, maybe year three we get 2 trucks running. I'll run in 1 truck and also just sort of running the business and continue the marketing while I have someone else running a 2nd truck. Or possibly year 3, if the need's not there, I can at least have someone part-time to ride along with me, to train them, to make sure they do things the way that I want them to be done, to understand how the business should operate. And then, you know, if that's the case, then it may be year 4 before we actually split off into 2 separate trucks. But, you know, I just think, for me, I'm not saying you have to do this. For me, I really want to grow the business past myself. I know a lot of people are flying solo, and whether mowing or spraying, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, you're sort of limited, because there's only so many hours and so many yards that you can work. So it's my goal to grow my business past myself, and not necessarily huge, but to have a few employees, to where the business is not solely dependent on me. In some ways that frees me up, some ways that allows you to make more money, a little bit more headache, and maybe that's why I don't necessarily want to be a huge business. But I do think in the end it's going to be best to grow it to the point where I want several trucks running. So anyway, I hope that gives you a little help with my timeline. Feel free to add anything in the comments of maybe your business and how long it took you to grow to a certain number of customers. I mean, I'm always interested to hear in the comments what other people's experience was. So hope this helps. Thanks.